What's up, y'all? So I think this should work. The little test run and hopefully it works. So I actually pulled up an old video. It's this duos game with me and Philly. So I'm actually gonna walk through some of what I do. I actually haven't seen this, and most of this will just be a live reaction, and I'll just pause it. This is actually the first time I ran the bandana reward on stream. That was a little while ago. There's some stuff in here I know that I do well because of the kill number at the end. Not anything crazy, but enough to kind of just talk about it. There are also some things that I don't do well, particularly from what I remember the end of the game. Some bad decisions, partially led by the way that I call things out, and I think I kind of get locked in, and I'll just play my game there at the end. So I'll hit play here. I actually don't know what's going to happen, so I'll just try to walk us through it. Shouldn't be that long. I might skip some parts if I need to here, so I'll try to be clear about when I'm talking, when the video's talking. All right, so I'll pause here. Oh, I closed the map too soon. See if I can pause it right on the map here. Okay. So you can kind of see that, for some reason I didn't pause it. I zoom in right away towards kind of the center where the circle is. Usually the way that I play it, I don't really play with a particular method or goal each game. I kind of just react to what I see in the map and how I want to play the game. Which I know is not always ideal, but I'm reading the team and I'm looking for kind of where could be an ideal spot that's not too hot. And also, I think we just come off a bad loss, so I kind of want to set the pace a little bit slower and get momentum back a little bit. So we're trying to, I think I'll end up probably pinging one of these things. Classic me doing scav high grounds. If you notice, most of the maps top male, top jam, and I normally don't like dropping. If the zone's not a ton here and it moves in late, I don't want to be stuck in these areas trying to rotate up. I don't actually remember where his last zone is. I think it actually ends up being right here about in that area, and we die like right here, I think, eventually. Just kind of interesting that we drop here and then end up dying like right next to it. That was weird. We didn't get a pregame at all. That is true. I do like the fact that you can kind of just drop back in. I wish that happened more. You kind of lose some momentum in the postgame or the pregame. The drop in here, I'll just take a quick note on this. This is how I drop in. You don't have to do that way. If you glide too much too high, you're going to end up dropping in really late, and a lot of people are going to be beating you. So you'll get an idea where people are, but you're going to be last person into the building. The way that I do it doesn't give me a ton of space to like see who's around me. I don't really ever use my third person view and spin at all. You can see that someone here, and by the fact that they're dropping that low, they're probably going for this complex, so I'm not too worried about that. You can see he's already deployed down there, so you know he's going there. But I'm going in and out, which is probably a little more than I need to. I'll probably hold it one more time here and then let it go. Yeah. Calling droppers is helpful. Just sometimes people, if they're in a different vicinity, your teammate doesn't hear that same call. And it changes the way you play, right? You don't want to be stuck in the building. You want to be more careful about what glass you're breaking, where you're jumping out. Because that chest is there, I know that the guy didn't drop over here, so he probably either went towards that complex or towards the bridge somewhere. That was probably the dropper. Which most likely means it's a solo in that. It's a weird push for two people to kind of do that. So right there, I'm making that decision to not chase the chopper. There's no loot that way. We have plenty of time in the scab, but we also don't have a ton of resources, no money really. I mean, I have an okay gun, but no ammo. And so the best play here is to just push high ground down to the scav. We'll see if I remember that there's a guy that dropped. I probably won't. If I had to guess, we'd probably die here. Yep. See, I had no clue there would have been a team potentially pushing up the hill, which is just a bad. And that's probably his teammate. That's why I said 2. And not like something like separate team. Like I think I'm playing the. It's a good eyes. That's good eyes. You threw it next to you, kid. You're bad. So probably there. So I actually didn't have this setting at this point, but I recently just changed the setting where I can apply all my shields at one. Like I only have to hold down Y once, and it starts applying all my shields unless I get shot. And that way I can do a little bit more movement and I don't have to worry about like doing a bunch of stuff with my hands. And so it's easier to just kind of press that shield button and run around. I think there I probably should have gone upstairs instead of trying to. I think what I was trying to do is catch their teammate rotating in off that kill. Just not a great play there. Not that I had a ton of chance to beat that guy in a gunfight, but he saw me go out and just knew to challenge because he knew I hadn't played it. I don't know what I'm saying there. Oh, this is the old school gulag. Also, I'm running really high graphics, so this frames per second's kind of lower than normal. I might go back to that actually, because it does give you a lot more eyes on like what's going on and all of that. I might go right in between. I think I was at 200 res, just unheard of. Okay. Oh, this is a new gulag. My bad. This is more of a recent game then. So this is what I might do here. I'm not sure if I do this. Back when this first started, people didn't really know the gulag that well. They sometimes peek this little line right here. And so I might, with this, especially with this kilo that I'm comfortable with, I might actually just pre-fire this gap. If I don't hit a hit marker, then I know for a fact that they're either holding this part of the trailer or they're holding the far side back here left corner. Because unless they're like all the way in spawn. So if I don't see them cross, I know they're somewhere on this. And because I'm shooting, they're probably going to think I'm going to run left. So they might be holding that angle. So I try to move by that as fast as I can. If Philly's calling and he says something like not moving or pushing left, I know they've committed to running up and trying to blindside me while I'm holding this line. So I really only need one call here from Philly. Interesting. Don't even don't shoot there. You don't want to do that. Is what I did there to start now, because people can actually get across without you seeing, and so I might have ended my bunny hop and just gotten lasered. I think I win this. Yeah, I'm just holding the angle there, forcing him to kind of stay still or rotate right. Yeah. Yeah. No, indeed, Woods. No, indeed. I think this is a point where I was hot in the gulag too, and so had a lot of confidence in it, which helps. It always helps. Free self. They don't have this gun in the game anymore, do they? Gold AK-74U. Why are you not getting the scav, Woods? This is a bad cross here. Ideally, you would go back through the houses on the right and not cross the open there. Kind of got greedy. I want to see what I do here. I don't have enough to buy. I'm on a buy crate and there's a scavvy down there. I might look for extra cash. Do I see the recon? Recon's too far off, doesn't matter. There we go, I did see it. The movement here, I think, is just kind of I'm an autopilot. But ideally, you don't run down that road. It's just so visible from this side. and from police and these buildings. Here, at least, if I go prone, there's really only 2 spots that they can peek me on. I think I just wait to see kind of what goes on. And this guy actually might break through a window and run to his car. I don't remember. This is a good play, using the tree and not just standing in the open. I think, yeah, I was going to say, I don't like that. I think I mentally just had a timer there and figured I don't want to sit on the tree for that long. It's a bad spot to just be. Yeah. So there, at that point, I kind of just give up playing careful for him because I know he's not worried about fighting me at all. He's just trying to run to something. So I don't even... I think I'd see him drop off a wall. Yeah. You might have seen him right there on that wall. So at this point, I'm just chasing because I know he's not looking behind him. The way he's running, he doesn't have time to. See his glider jump off the cliff. I have enough to buy, so I think I'll pop this. I don't know. It took me forever to... I think I hit the wrong key there, but... So now I'm playing a little slower because I hit the buy, so he might turn around. Although I think this guy's literally cooking and is out already. I don't remember. Probably not a smart play for me to sit that long looking over that cliff. Especially so I just pop that by, somebody could be pushing down the hill and just get police right here. Like someone could just be sitting right there right now and I didn't even look. So not a great play there. There's me getting tunnel vision and not paying attention to what my teammates are saying, you know. This is a weird fight. Okay, so he runs up and I'm trying to use that wall that's covered so he can't run me over. But it's just a weird fight. Somehow I dodged there. Probably should have gone inside, but he ran, and so I'm kind of chasing. That's a smart play. I didn't even think about it. Yep. I don't know if Philly gets this guy or not. No. What just happened there? Wait. Sorry, I just want to watch this again. I'm trying to figure out what happened. So I think somebody got out there. So another guy runs. So they're both out now in the same area. The guy got out of the car and pushed Philly. Okay. Cheetah must have given him advice that was not. Okay, so we'll see what happens here. You let me get the self off. I was wondering that. That's why I looked back because I was like, wait, was that 2? It felt like there was an extra player in that whole fight. Weird stuff. This team's playing bizarre. Sometimes with these fights, like you just have to wait to see what's going on because everything just seems kind of wonky. Just put yourself in a power position like I was behind that wall and wait for them to make a move. I might go for the rooftop play here. Nice. Oh, that's the first time I did that ever? That's hilarious. So somehow there's a guy downed. I don't know what that's about. Must have gotten sniped or crossed from somewhere else. So, okay. He's holding a bad angle there. But so there's 2 rooms I have to play for, right? When I get up to that corner, I have to play left and right. So you don't really want to commit to one because then if they see you run into that room, they're just going to come in behind you. So you got to be ready to kind of play for both and hope that they're in line of sight, which he was. I might do the exact same thing again and get this kill. Yep. The other reason that I did that is not just to trick them, but also because it limits the area of where I have to clear, right? So coming up the steps again, same situation. He could have moved to that corner where the TV is. He could have moved over here. By coming into that roof again, I'm limiting my area of view. And so there's only one space where I have to check, right? There's only this bedroom first, and then I can clear this and go to the room on the right, and then I can go downstairs. I don't have to clear 2 rooms at once. So that's generally probably the route you want to take. If you're sure there's no one left or right and can't shoot you on the roof, you probably want to take that house using that. Although if there's 2 in that room, it might be a little different. That's a great call there, Woods. That's probably a good call. Probably not necessary, though. Ideally, you still have your own gun, especially since it's not suppressed. I still have that class set up. It's smart to not turn around in the mid there. That was a good play to just keep backing up and turn around up here. I should probably drop him plates unless... Didn't grab that gas mask either, as you can see. Reading chat, standing still in the window. Great play here. This Kilo is still my best gun, I think. Same build. Wait, let me back up. I missed that. My bad, y'all. Okay. So we're moving there. We're in here. Carbide knife. And then I open the map. Okay. So again, this is why I generally try to drop up high. The first zone was down here. And generally speaking, the next zone is somewhat far off the other one. Because of this zone, we know it kind of has to be somewhere in here. Which means that, hey, we could go for a recon. Going for this, and that means that we're losing high grounds. And because of the fact that there's a lot of open area here, most likely means that there's going to be teams rotating in from airport and maybe even TV, right? And so by dropping down and grabbing this, we're showing people where we are because most likely we're taking a car. And we're also giving people space to move in and take high ground on us. And we'll get pinched from people holding as well as people pushing in instead of just taking high ground right away. So ideally, I probably wouldn't grab one of these. Depends on where zone is. I think we're at 30 seconds left in the gray zone for 2, so it hasn't started moving yet. So we still have some time. But if I had to guess, I think for this play, we're sitting at like no cash, no self. I would imagine I ping this. I'm honestly not sure. How much cash do I have? Yeah, it looks like I have 19. Okay, so the tone of voice there is me saying whatever we just talked about, scratch it. Something just happened and we need to alert. We need to play for it right now. So I tell him to stay low so that we don't let rotation happen. So if we're both going up the ladder, what's going to happen is they have free rotate from back door and here and front door, right? They have free rotation everywhere. So if they hear me going up the ladder and they hear 2 of us, they can literally set up anywhere they want. And we're just stuck on the roof, right? If we both have dead silence, it might be a little different. I might have had us both go up the ladder. But having him go low means that if they hear me top and start playing for me, he's still at the bottom and can last second like rush up the stairs and play for over here. I don't remember what shots I saw. Like I don't remember if it was on the hill or in police. This guy might get lazy. Okay, that's a good call. So I didn't really feel confident that I could get those shots for whatever reason, and so my thought was, let's not chase right up behind him in case there's a team waiting for him or he turns around. So let's go up right. I like this ridge push a lot more than going up the left side, just because of it's easier to see what's up here. Yeah, this UAV is popping like crazy right now. I don't remember this, but that's insane. That was like 7 UAs. That's the same guy, same skin. He was moving about the same speed. Those are good shots. I wish I had actually killed this guy. I'm missing all my shots. If you're locked in, I'm screaming at him for no reason. If you're locked into a gunfight like that and you can hit those shots easily, start wavering your eyes a little bit. I didn't get a chance to actually see where that guy was. Oh, this is a good fight. I remember this. This is a crazy fight. So I don't think I saw the guy behind. Wasn't there one? Or was there not? Wait, was there a guy there? Oh, that's a fence post I saw back here just now. Okay. Sure, they did good. They split us. I wasn't really giving calls to Philly there, but I think if you're the teammate, you help thirst this guy on the left. Obviously, you don't want to peek your head out too far in case there's a third team or whatever. But getting early shots, or at least trying to maybe ask me for a ping or something because I'm not being clear. It worked well though. We got to play. I think I heard the suppressor. Didn't see the bullet there, so I don't know if that's at us. Also, what was that? Is that just snow? This is one of my, having 18 teams and 30 people is one of my favorite numbers to have left in duos. This is just where I thrive. Mostly duos, a few singles, late zone. People are kind of playing loose. Am I running highest possible? Yeah, we are. Okay. I don't know why I want us to take mill. I guess because I don't want to be on that hill where there's multiple angles to push. I'd rather have buildings. It's my play style. I don't really know. Maybe that's what I'm thinking there. I also don't like the way that we push that. Philly's insane kill there. If we're pushing mill, I don't know why I'm swinging that far out. Using that wall is probably a better play. The wall right here. I'm right here on my mouse on the left side. Yeah, so were you, Woods. So were you. Sometimes I get killed by people because I don't anticipate every play. I just anticipate the good ones sometimes, and so I just get caught off guard. Just a bad play. So that's just PTSD from the earlier fight. Me calling the guy dropping someone off. I didn't even. I'm skipping over some movement here that might be helpful for y'all. Let me go back here. What are we like here? Okay. So here the UI ping. I don't think we have. Oh, I did pick up ghost, so I'm ghosted. The wall is a good play, like I was talking about. You want to be kind of near this, so that you can go back and forth and have some cover for shielding. Sees the car. Instantly in my head, I'm thinking about where I want to be for this car, right? So if he keeps going straight down towards the scav, which I'm assuming, I want to be in these buildings. So the fastest way for me to get there is here, right? I lose time if I peek here and start shooting, which gives them time to get out and rotate and hold these buildings. So I'm trying to get to these before I take any shots. So it's not necessarily a mistake, but what Philly does there is he's sitting there and then crossing a second later. So it's a great call to get visual, but it puts him in a difficult spot. You don't want to be separated from a team across a boundary like that. Safe to assume that that was that one guy we saw in the car. I'm greedy here. All I want is stunts. I even admit to it. Let's go. 13-20. A lot of people died. 5 teams and 11 people. See my mouse kind of doing this. It's me kind of just tracking where people are going to show up. I'm not even like doing this. I'm kind of doing this subconsciously, honestly. But this is where my eyes are kind of going as I'm scanning, is different spots. Just trying to check where people might be peeking in certain angles. Right? So I'm as you can kind of tell, I'm kind of sporadically just doing cycles around. So this is actually giving us a lot of information. Oh, yep. The way they're playing, I figured they'd probably just keep running through the open, so I didn't want to, they are shooting at someone else. And the bullet stopped, like, right there. So that's a good spot to engage. Although I probably could have shot them earlier. That's a great... That's what, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, where, you know, if you get a ping and know someone's down, teammate that doesn't see the other person should go for the thirst. It's a great play. I wish I could have seen that kill. That's the guy that they were shooting at. I think that came from Tower? That's a weird peak. I don't know what team that is. That might have been a third team. To the Bertha here. Yeah, so while I'm getting down there, well, I'm kind of looking at the map for information, seeing what's moving, and I'm also thinking through how can I re-peek that same angle and get an idea of where that sniper was and if they've moved up without peeking that exact same spot, right? So I don't know what I do here. We'll see. Obviously, I shield up first. Okay, so I played him passively here, and he pushed up. Yeah, see, I want him to shield, and I'm kind of yelling again, which I shouldn't be doing. But just a lesson here is, if you've downed one and I'm this low, it doesn't do anyone any good to res me right away, because if somebody rushes in and goes for the thirst, we're both dead, right? So I kind of want him to shield up and have enough reflex time off of those plates to play for somebody if they come in the room. If someone comes in that door, I'm dead. There's no way around it, unless he's able to kill them first and has eyes on it. But if he's in the middle of a res, I'm dead regardless, and so I don't want him to also be a casualty, right? So I'm giving him time to say, hey, shield up, do your thing. If somebody comes in and starts shooting him, if he feels comfortable challenging that right away, he can do it. But ideally, you would probably back off, plate up as he's jumping out the door, and cycle around until he has, a fair fight. And I can get a live ping here, right? I actually don't remember what happens here, but I don't think I die. Yeah, so this is perfect. I don't know where that guy's teammate was. It was a weird push. Still haven't upgraded that. Is that my Mac 10? Must have been someone else's. I don't remember when I picked that up. Oh, I picked that up from the guy out here, didn't I? Pretty sure he had a teammate. I need to be looking more over here. I didn't look really over on Satellite Tower. Yep. So, again, think about the same strat. We know zone's not going to be here, right? And probably no teams are up here, just because there's no advantage to this. There's no cover. If anyone is up there, they're going to be pretty much at this point moving in to these houses. There could be someone on this buy, although usually if anyone's in this direction, they'll have already ran up, because generally teams don't like lurking out in these areas. There is like a little bit of a shack and a bus like right here where we had that fight earlier, and there could be a team there. For the most part, this area is normally a dead zone. If you don't see someone running through, and we already saw that team coming in, normally there's not going to be another team. So I'm probably not even thinking there's going to be people here. Down here is probably going to be pretty spice. Just because there's a lot of push angles here, there's buys. This spot's going to be, that yellow house is probably key for this entire zone and game. And I think based on how this game ends, there's definitely a team in this area. And keep in mind there's 12 teams, and almost all of them are duos. And so there are going to be some teams kind of playing weird. So going up's probably the right call. Because what I hate is having to rotate late into a team. Because we know, because the team ran in, that this area is clear. And so if we give it more than like a minute or two, it's possible someone else will fill that space. And so I like using that rotation that someone else gave us to move right into zone. This is a good call too. I don't think we saw that last time. So just being aware that someone may be in there or running out right now because of zone, or potentially just moved up to the buy with their cash. We haven't seen anything that looks like it came from a bunker. No like weird guns or gas. Oh, whoa. I think I win this. That stun's big. I'll go back and review this game real quick. That was too easy. Too easy, and I get a little hype for like no reason. This is too easy. Is it right here? Okay. So again, this is what I was worried about, is if we had pushed up late, we would have been pushing up right here, and they would have been set already. And so we would have had to come right over the ridge, and they would have just destroyed us. Because we're moving early, we get a chance to kind of swing wide, and they might have already cleared this thinking no one's going to be coming, and so we get a little bit of a surprise advantage. I think generally both of us had neither idea that we were about to fight each other. That's not how you say that. So right here, here's my thought. I know Philly's on my right, and they see him. They probably just saw me go behind this rock. They're at full like just sprint at this point. Once I peek there and see they're not like on me, I throw that stun. He's already downed, which shows me that they're playing pretty hot. It's a good switch. Goes for the headshot. Notice I don't go for the thirst right there. I don't have any idea what that teammate's doing, because he was not stunned. I don't know. Philly might have gotten some shots on him. Because that first guy was the one that was out wide that downed him, so it's possible they traded and he was just trying to shield up. Who knows? Reload. Thank you. Switch. Reload. Yep. Okay. This is perfect. We literally have high grounds. Perfect way to check left before running in. We have plenty of time to do that. No one's just sprinting, which is good. Which means they're probably not here. I did see some movement there. Let me go back and explain that just a tiny bit more here, y'all. Okay. So these are, y'all will see me play like this, where I kind of am just running without looking at stuff. And here's why I don't really spend a lot of time looking to the left. With this zone, the way it is, people are either already going to be up here, are going to be already up here peeking after the gunfire, or that team already killed people, right? Because they came from this side. And so it's pretty safe to assume there's no action. And if there is, they're going to be late to the party, meaning that they got here after that team had already rotated up. And so, you know, they're going to be running through the open, trying to speed their way into zone and get high ground because they don't want to be stuck on this cliff. So by checking and giving myself like 5 seconds just to freeze and look, I'm pretty much confirming there's nobody below me to my left. I think a team pushes us from right, though. I think I hear a DMR here in a second. Okay, so this rotation is one that I use a lot. Dropping over this cliff. I think this team's here. Gives me area to have them lose vision on me. It gives me a chance to peek an angle that I want. He saw me drop. It's not a blind call. So at this point, I'm just playing slow because I don't think he's gonna push left. And he said house, so I'm assuming they're gonna be in this area somewhere, to, like over here. Spam at woods. Good call. Immediately go back to where I was, which is smart because someone might ego challenge just like that. So right after that buy, it's important to rotate in anticipation of where people might be peeking from. So there already there's a team there. I can guess they're going to be pushing the trees. I don't know where that guy came from. I remember that play, and I just don't. He never had a teammate. He was sniping at like nothing. Oh, okay. He was shooting at Philly. Okay, so they did have a teammate, but the teammate's nowhere to be found. Still confused. So I think I just need to take a breath here and calm down. You could tell that I'm like kind of just zoned in here. I think I just need to settle in and play my game here. And we end up losing this game because of that. Like I should probably buy plates or something here with the cash we have. This play isn't bad. I think I like the fact that we're kind of just sitting here waiting for someone to peek ridge and giving the sniper team a time to get pushed by somebody else so that we don't have to make that fight since there's 8 teams left. The one that's like the sniper team that's holding woods. Yeah, they're right here. This challenge is going to be tough, and I already know that. Oh, I thought about going for the loot. It was a good call. If your teammate challenge something in the open, it's good to play safe in case they do go down. If I had to guess, we'd probably drop right low here. Or we go left? What? Okay, yeah, this is the much better play. That's what I would have thought too, right? Because there's a scope that he's calling out. Unless he was talking about the guy in the woods. In that teammate that was low. So I feel like both of them would have been stuck low together. But I don't know. It's weird. This is where I know someone's going to just be, you know, lying on a rock or... Because they know we haven't rotated yet, right? So they're just waiting for someone to run through. I think we leave that guy. Okay, so for whatever reason, this call kind of ruins the game for us. I see 2 people and they're shooting someone else, and so I break shield and know that he's probably re-shielding, or his teammate can peek me if I run. And so I kind of just leave them in a freeze, right? So if I break shield on someone and they're on like a shack like that, they can't move, and their teammate's probably swiveling back and forth between the team they were fighting and our team, and they can't really go anywhere. So I think I could have thrown like a Semtex and pushed up and gotten the kill and held that area. There's like a ridge here in our loadout. Um, for whatever reason, I call right, and I think it's because I like this, and because I'm worried about there being like snipers here, and we can kind of come behind them, and get more information on where all the teams are. You'll see what happens. I think it's because I like this building and wanted to get to it, and that's the only way to get to the building is right. But now we're stuck, right? Because we committed to this because I wanted that house, and now zone is back to where we had just literally we would have won if we had killed that team. And I mean I get like I feel like I should have waited a bit to rotate. We didn't have to rush, right? Because we had zone and that team's ISO, and so we can just hold that angle. So who did he hit us down? Also, notice there's an ATV on this shack, right? Or this Jeep thing. That means there's a team there. And that means that if we're here and we have to rotate in, there's no space, and they're just going to be sitting in a window or a door mounted up, just waiting for someone to run through zone. Like, this is the greediest challenge of all time. I don't know why we're playing for this house. I might be trying to rope around and get someone from behind, but like, my gosh. So this is where you just back off and go left. Like, this is literally where you just rotate left, go back to where we were, and hope we can still kill that team up high. There is absolutely zero reason to push this house. Philly's hitting shots on the guy, downed him. So this is a good push. This is the only thing that's happened that's good this entire game for me. Philly might be able to get this. I don't remember. Okay, yeah. So they both got downed. Yeah, we got two. So this is where I just get absolutely, and like I said, I've been in this just like red blood in the water mindset for too long, late game here, and it's causing some problems. Okay, precision. I dropped down and yelled, "That's not even gonna hurt us." Forgetting that there's a zone moving in that's gonna hurt us, and I didn't see this cluster right away. There's shots on the map, but I mean, look at my eyes. Like I don't even know what I'm looking at. I might be looking at my shield. I might be looking at this, but I'm not paying attention to that or the cluster strike. That's fine. This guy. And the amount of times I had to switch between gas and not was just not good either. You know better, kid. Do you know better than that? Philly, because I downed, somehow was able to sweep left. And I've put him in a horrible spot. So there's not much really I can say here. Besides, he does not need to fight this team. I don't know what they're doing. The zone's going to move that way. I think zone's already frozen, so he can just lay down and plate if he has plates. There's a loadout crate he can hide behind. All he has to do is just hide, and then maybe even rotate off left. And I don't remember what happens, but I put him in a horrible spot here. So I do tell him to stay low, which I think is the right call. I don't know if they saw him or what happened there. I assume they did. But that's just a losing gunfight. Even if you kill both of them, you're not going to win the zone fight, right? The zone's already moving. So your best bet is honestly maybe get to one or two shots on him and then just try to hold that Y button and rotate left. I'm curious what the next game is. Do I just drop solos?